Well, voters are turning out all over the tri-state to make their voice heard on a number of important races and issues. From the presidential races to local levies, we have it all covered for you. Our own Dan Hurley is down at the Hamilton County Board of Elections with the latest on voter turnout. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Paula. How you doing? At 4 o'clock on Election Day, the question is always the same. What's the turnout? What's going on out there in the field? And in presidential years, it's usually pretty interesting and good news. I'm here with Sherry Poland, the director of the Hamilton County Board of Elections, and her staff is running what's going on today in Hamilton County. Sherry, where do we stand on turnout at this moment?
Sure. Well, as of 3:45 today, we had over 233,000 voters that have already voted. That's just today. That doesn't include the absentee ballots.
And you think, how big was that early vote, absentee?
Approximately a little over 100,000 absentee ballots were cast.
So given that, what are we talking about in total turnout? Do you think we're up at 70, 75%?
Yes, we are predicting a 70 to 75% turnout.
Okay. Now the question on turnout always is who turns out. So, you know, that doesn't, just the raw number doesn't necessarily mean that much. What about problems today? Have you run into any problems?
Oh, no significant problems. Things are running pretty smoothly. There's some polling locations that have had lines, but our poll workers are working very hard and they're processing them, and things overall are going pretty smooth.
What about with the electronic sign-in? What about, I heard in a couple or one polling place, scanner broke down for a while, which was a problem?
Occasionally that does happen where you have a scanner go down. We actually had a scanner that went down because a voter accidentally placed an envelope into the scanner instead of their ballot. So, but you know, it was fixed right away within minutes. If a voter didn't want to wait for the scanner to be fixed, then they can still vote and just put their ballot into the emergency slot, and then it's counted down here at the Board of Elections.
I want to be clear. Polls are open until 7:30 tonight in Ohio, and the rule is that if you're in line at 7:30, you will get a chance to vote even if you're not in the poll voting. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So you got to be at the poll by 7:30, in line and ready to go. So there's plenty of time for people in Ohio. Kentucky closes at 6. That's a little bit different. You need to get to the poll, but your votes can still count in this election.
Okay, Dan, let me ask you this. Maybe you or Sherry could put this in perspective. If we're at 72 or 75% voter turnout by the end of the night, how does that compare to previous years?
Paula wants to know how that turnout level between 70 and 75%. How's that compare to former presidential election years? Because that's where it really goes up.
Yes, it is comparable to both 2008 and 2012.
So big.
Big.
Big. Yes. 2008, 2012, they were big. This one looks big.
All right, people are interested.
Dan,
Thanks.
we'll check back with you. Thanks very much.